That's against the law. What am I being arrested for? I do not. I do have a law. Okay. You're about to get tased.
Sir, what am I being arrested for?
Right now, possession of controlled substance and resisting arrest.
Who was resisting arrest?
Who was resisting arrest? The one I bounced their fucking head off my hood. You.
There's an old saying that goes, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. In no other profession does that ring more true than in policing. Because if the friends that you choose to hang out with are people who decide to ride inside of vehicles with illegal contraband, not give the police the information they need, and tussle with an officer when they try to take them into custody, then your future is likely going to be very similar to theirs. This is one of those. When you see a body cam video and you see the officer has their lights blacked out, we call it blacked out. So this is likely what you're seeing because you don't see any headlights on the car and the vehicle is just sitting there. And they're just sitting at a location. It's likely that they're blacked out looking for people who are going to come by in speed or just looking for suspicious vehicles that may come by. And running radar likely, almost guaranteed.
Hey, Lawrence Landing at 4 Road, Arkansas, 321, Victor John X-ray, 321 VJX, so Silver Home Officer.
When you see these kind of night stops, look at how many street lights there are. This area is not very well lit. A lot of concerns when you end up pulling a car over at night when it's this dark, and especially with no street lights.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
Trooper Earls, Arkansas State Police. Reason I pulled y'all to caught you at 41, the 25 zone.
Yes,
Switch
sir.
your driver's license. Proof
My
of
bad. I
insurance.
was talking to my friend right here, and we were sure on get asked. I was trying to get back to the house. I was running out of gas.
Does everybody else have ID in here?
I don't actually. This is my vehicle.
Okay, you got the registration?
Yes, sir.
You got ID back there, sir?
No, sir.
Hang out right here.
Okay, here we can see the officer. Looks like he's gonna go to the passenger side approach, but I can see that there's some kind of berm over there, and likely that's why he decided to switch. In policing, you just gotta be fluid enough and versatile enough to realize that passenger side approach, some occasions, is not the best move. I can tell that this guy's got some experience because he made the wise choice to not to go into that berm area. Here we notice that the officer makes the observation that the vehicle is occupied 3 times, I believe. It's a van, it's kind of dark, and he elects to put his hand on the top of his firearm. Many officers will make that decision. He definitely observes things that we don't see from the dash cam view that made him feel like the smarter move was for him to have his hand on his firearm. It doesn't appear into any aggressive manner. I know people make commentary about that, but it's usually a very prudent choice for the officer because they're taking in a whole bunch of different things that we don't see from the dash cam. He didn't draw it, he just had his hand there because reaction is definitely slower than the actions. He made that decision from what he observed. Here we can clearly see that the officer has a concern for the entire interaction. He kind of had his hand on top of his firearm. And then as he's taking the paperwork, he now has flashlight in his dominant hand. So let's talk about dominant hand and support hand. The dominant hand is the hand that is on the side of our sidearm. A support hand is the hand that we utilize to manipulate devices, so we keep this hand free. I speak about it frequently. I want to talk about the situation that we see here where the trooper has a flashlight in his dominant hand and the paperwork in his support hand. And sometimes people will do that. It's his assessment, but let me show you a couple of different tactics that are very, very effective because dexterity in policing is incredibly important. This is my dominant hand. This is my support hand, how he had it. A really cool, effective method that you can utilize is simply tucking the flashlight, and now this hand is free. You grab paperwork, this hand is free. If you have to adjust it for a second, you adjust it, it's free. If it's a smaller flashlight, same exact thing, dexterity. And this doesn't only work in policing. Having dexterity is awesome in a lot of different things that you use, but in policing, under the circumstance where you feel that, just tuck it. It moves everywhere that your body moves, and this hand remains free. And I'm gonna mention something. We have to start saying risk assessment. 1 officer, vehicle occupied 3 times, night, very low lit because there are not many street lights. And then the rear passenger still hasn't been identified. But one really good thing that I definitely notice is that the troop have to turn the dome light on. I want you to take note of what you can see illuminating the vehicle with the dome light on.
Hey, look, go ahead and hop out here for me. No problem.
got any weapons or anything on you? I have my pocket knife. I always have my pocket knife on me. You got any guns or anything? That's it. I'm shooting you at that phone. Is it? Okay. Give me left hand on the back. No, sir, you did. Turn around. No. I wasn't refusing. I'm sorry. I ain't fucking around tonight. You understand me? I was not refusing, sir. Place your hand on top of your head. Place your right hand on top of your head. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Oh, shit. Did I tell you to turn around yet? Oh, damn it. I'm sorry. I did not know that I was going to pick you up. Sir, I kid you not. I'm not trying. I don't even know where this is coming from. What you have a warrant for your arrest. What for? You got one for domestic battery out of Washita County. What? I said domestic battery out of Washita County. Oh, wow. And that was probably like 8 years ago. And, okay. Do you have anything on you I don't even know about? No, sir. I do not. Anything's going to stick to the problem? No, sir. Whenever I tell you to turn around, I'm sorry, sir. That means face the fuck away from me. I'm sorry. And don't goddamn turn around. You ain't got to be freaking confused. I'll explain it to you all in due time. Oh, okay. All you need to do is follow simple freaking instructions. Yes, sir. You're very good at doing that? Yes, sir. Just not right now, huh? Well, I didn't hear what you were saying down. I was just trying to make eye contact, sir. That's what I'm trying to get at. I was trying I'm not trying to do anything other than documentation. Do what? This I have to this time, sir. You have what? Rent is due. I'm sitting here stressing like what am I gonna do? My place and everything.
In custody, some things I'd like to discuss about taking this subject into custody. Very, very interesting things that we can learn from this. So here, if you look at the trooper's back, this is something very interesting. I noticed that the trooper has no handcuffs on his back. Now, if you look at the reapproach of the vehicle, you can see that the trooper has gloves on. He has now cuffs on his back, so he knows that he's going to cuff additional people. And we can see during the process that there are times where the trooper has his back to the vehicle where we still have these unsecured people and unchecked vehicles. So these are concerns when taking a person into custody. That's one way of doing it. His stop. He seems like he has been a trooper for some time now, and he can do it the way that he wants. I'm going to present you with another option. Calling the people back to you, where they have to come to your lit vehicle. You have your cover in front of you. One at a time, whoever it is that you want to come back to you, bring them back, bring them over to the quarter panel, and from a distance that creates a reactionary gap, break the power base and cuff them on the quarter panel of your vehicle. And if they're on the quarter panel of the vehicle, all you have to do is turn this way or this way. You can see oncoming vehicles this way, and you can observe the vehicle that you stopped this way. Your back is never to this vehicle or to oncoming traffic, and you're not sandwiched in between cars. But again, this is just another way of doing things.
Does everybody else got a driver's license in here?
I don't have mine. Is it valid? I can give you the number.
You got a driver's license on you? You got any ID on you?
What you do is dog.
I'm good. What's up, man? How are you doing? Oh, good. I forgot who the heck everybody is. Got one right here right now. What? Your phone was up there. I appreciate it. So a guy in the back seat, what's his name? In the very back? Yeah. I don't know if this is a real name. Titan is what people call him. Alright.
And the guy on the passenger side, the owner of the vehicle, see, I only know these two guys are pretty much acquaintances of mine. I'm doing my roommate a solid, which he knows the guy in the passenger seat owns the van. He rents the van out to her a day or two, and it came down to the time to where she needed to return it back to him. I was free to be able to do that for her. I felt like, well, this is your business, you know what I mean? Why should I have to do it? But I went ahead and did it.
Yeah.
I've only met this guy.
Guys back here, give me a fake name.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know him.
Here's the dog in here in front seat passenger as well. Open the door. One, I told you to. Open the door, I'm gonna drag you out here. Come on back here. You keep giving me a fake name.
Who did?
You did.
How do you know? I did not.
I don't get no return out of you.
No return.
You got any weapons or anything on you? No, you hands over pockets.
What am I getting searched for? That's against the law.
It ain't against law. I'm patting you down for what?
I have a pocket knife. What am I under arrest? He's detaining you.
You're not under arrest right now.
That's against the law.
It ain't against law. Are you a freak? Yeah, it's on. It's right there. Look at it.
Okay, at this point, I want to talk about some things that I observed. This is a really, really good stop to learn a lot of different things from. Okay, so now we are reapproaching the vehicle. Reapproach, in many cases, is much more dangerous than the initial approach. I'm not sure if many of you noticed this, but it was very, very clear that the suspect that was in custody in the back this entire time has been trying to slip out of the cuffs and likely escape from the vehicle. So in spite of if a person is acting compliant and answering your questions when they're in the back of the car like that, we can clearly see with our own eyes that this person's attempting to slip out of the cuffs. So important thing of note, dominant hand is holding the flashlight, and this one hand grasping maybe person, because this is a maybe person, I said that yes people, no people, maybe people, that has not been patted down. We have very little control over this person, especially if they decide to actively attack. But keeping this hand free is something we always want to take into consideration, and having them just walk in front of us as opposed to grabbing onto them. But it's his stop and this is how he chose to do it. I'm just going to present you with alternate methods that you can do things. He asked the passenger about weapons and he goes right inside of his pockets. What if it's yes, I do, and then, you know, removes a weapon and engages. These things have happened. So it's important to maintain control of a person at their hands. Very, very important. Pat down, very big on pat downs. When they're justifiable and you can do them methodically, because if you do a pat down and you miss a space, then the whole pat down is worthless, especially if another officer shows up, because the other officer is going to say, has he been patted down? And the person's going to say yes, but they could have missed something. I've actually seen that in videos before. Very, very important. And at the very end, the trooper is saying, you didn't come up anywhere, you gave me a name. And I talked about the name game before, where people give part of a real name, a fake name, and then their name doesn't come up in any system. And it's very clear that they're likely giving false information. So that is essentially what the name game is. And a lot of times when people do that, it's because they have warrants. And officers know that. And eventually we figure it out. Another thing I want to mention is the space between this deputy, looks like a corporal, and the subject that we have in front of the car. He was already resistant with the officers initially. We're still searching a vehicle, and this distance, reactionary gap, is giving yourself space that you have time to react without a person being able to make contact with you. And there are different distances that people get, at least in striking distance with hands, and the officer is on the street side where oncoming traffic is coming. And I did a video with Arkansas where a guy pushed an Arkansas trooper as soon as he stepped out of the vehicle. Gotta have that reactionary gap.
You are being detained.
For what? What reason?
For investigation right now.
For what?
For one, you gave me a false name.
No, I did not.
Oh, okay. Then why am I not getting any return out of you? No record of anybody. Out of where?
Out of Palestine, Texas.
Out of Texas, huh?
Threat assessment is something that you constantly have to do when you watch these. And what's a threat assessment that we know for sure that we have? We have a person in custody who's in the back, who's throughout this stop is attempting to escape. We have a person who was pretty non-compliant when you got him out of the vehicle, and we don't know this person's name. And then we have the vehicle that's being searched, and there's someone inside the vehicle still. So now we have 3 separate danger areas that we're concerned with.
We went by the car. We made a traffic stop on that car. We had to investigate this for each traffic stop. If you inside that car, you are detained. You are not free to leave. And until he is done with his investigation, you're going to stand right here with your hands on the hood of this car.
Yes, sir. What's your name?
James Tabor.
James?
Yeah, 913.
Is there any weapons inside the car, James?
No, sir. You search.
Alright. Go ahead and hop out here and come on back here. You got any weapons on you, James?
Okay.
You put that down. No. You on probation parole?
I'm on parole. Yes,
You
sir.
understand you have a search warrant on file, correct?
Yes, sir.
I'm here to put my car in and get all your pockets up.
I'm not sure if you caught that. If it sounded like he said he's on patrol and there was some conversation about an active search waiver, which means that if you're on parole, there are stipulations to your parole. And they could be, you're not allowed to drink alcohol, you're not allowed to consort with felons, you're not allowed to be out past 8 p.m. And another one that's really interesting is that you can be searched 24 hours a day in your residence, no search warrant needed. A lot of people, when they're on parole, they have to deal with their parole officer, and those stipulations are sometimes listed in the computer.
Anything I do let me know about? 62, right? 62. I'll be 2-6 for the search. I'll be my handheld on the side.
This shot right here, I want you to take into your mind. The guy in the back still doing his thing about trying to get loose from his handcuffs. I think he's kind of stuck at this point. The passenger who was in the front, who the trooper believes did not give true information, is now facing the search. And we have the person who is on parole to the left of the deputy as you look at the frame. So sandwiched in between of the parolee and the person who is not compliant. Now, the huge challenge with this, aside from the other things that you can probably think about, is that when people have things inside of vehicles, they know where they put it. They know exactly where it is. And when they see you get close to that thing is when they're going to decide, am I going to attack? Am I going to run? Or am I just going to be taken into custody and go to jail for it? There's so many ways that you could have a tactical advantage under the circumstances with positioning. Simple positioning in this could change the dynamic here. The dynamic in this frame is in favor of the suspects if they decide that they want to do something to one of the officers.
Turn up on me. For what? I told you to.
For what? Am I under arrest?
Yes, you are.
For what?
I'm quick to put you across this hood.
That's against the law. That's against the law. That's against the law.
You understand?
What am I being arrested for? What am I being arrested for? I do know the law.
Get behind your back.
That's against the law. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. Record this. I didn't do anything. What am I being arrested for, sir? I didn't do anything. Stop, please. Give me your hand. Please. Please, I didn't do anything. Please. I'm not doing anything. What am I doing? Okay.
You're about to get tased.
Yes, sir.
Cuff you.
What did I do? What did I do? I'm sorry. What did I do, officer? What am I being arrested for? I'm sorry. What am I being arrested for? There's nothing to be arrested for.
Turn around for me. Your left hand.
He's taking me arrested. He's taking me arrested.
In custody, use of force here, definitely something I'd like to discuss. So the trooper has the flashlight in the manner that I had mentioned earlier, underneath the arm, and he's deciding he wants to cuff the person. Now on a yes person, all day long, you can do that. But on a no or maybe person, you just now have a very short kind of T-Rexy arm. So these things happen, but these are things that you have to discuss and think about. And it became a bit of a challenge because this person became a no person. In many jurisdictions, when you decide to go hands-on, tactics that you utilize is open hand. You're not utilizing any tools. And the trooper realized that this open hand tactics used to handcuff the subject because he was being resistant, not working, and he decides to go to taser. Let me just talk about taser. For those of you who watch already know that I was a taser instructor. This taser 10 model, which he's using, this thing is amazing in so many different ways. Let me explain to you something that it did, and I'm gonna play that again and hopefully you can hear the sound. One of the really cool benefits of this taser model is that it has a warning alert, and it sounds like a laser beam or a lightsaber lighting up, and it gets people's attention and the light comes on. And that was enough to gain compliance of this person. Now, let me tell you something about taser before, which was really interesting, was that there was a thing called a spark display that you could do where you would take off the cartridge and you would cycle it and then it would show the spark. And that was in some departments, it was permissible to get a person to say, okay, I don't want to mess around with that taser. That has been phased out for the most part. We saw that this warning alert alone was enough to get this person to say, okay, I'm done with the nonsense and I'm gonna let them put the handcuffs on me. So it's really interesting to understand how this use of force process goes. And another thing to take into consideration, 2 different jurisdictions, a local sheriff's department, I believe that is, and you have the state troopers, 2 different policies. And what force you can use is very interesting because some degrees of force may be different what you can escalate to. And if you have 2 people from 2 different departments, you have to make sure that you abide by your department policies force. I'm not quite sure how it works here. It's a very interesting thing to think about because the trooper deployed the taser and said handcuff them. They work together very frequently and this happens. Okay, so something that I definitely want to talk about is the dog that we see weaving in and out of the frame. This has got to be one of the most chill dogs that I've ever seen because the dog hasn't reacted to this use of force type situation that occurred. And the dog is one of the people in the car's dog and knows the people in the car because the dog clearly exits the vehicle. And here you can clearly see the dog is exiting the vehicle. So the dog is related in some way to the people because he came out of the van. So super chill dog. And I'm hoping that this dog gets to a safe place before the end of this video.
Back up. Alright.
Huh?
Get you for?
Because there's in the car. Somebody left something in the car.
So who's fucking left the car?
I don't know, dog. It's in a little purple container.
What the fuck, man?
There's a pipe.
Dude, Ariana's fucking left that shit in that fucking van, dude. Man,
Someone's
I didn't know that shit was in there.
Someone's take it overall on your charge.
I'm not gonna take that shit. Are you serious?
Ariana's here. She ain't gonna take it.
Fucking shit, dude. Where was it at in the van?
In the back seat.
In the back seat? Victoria left that shit or something, man. She's always forgetting shit like that.
Someone's gonna take it.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. All 3 of us are gonna go down for a storage.
Yeah. I got kids, man.
Man, dude, man, they can give us that. No, man, there's no way. There's no way they can give us that charge,
They
man.
can give us all that charge.
Okay, so the conversation, I'm not sure if you can hear what's going on in the conversation with the 2 people in custody in the back. Talk about something called constructive possession, or some people call it community possession. So if there's some form of contraband, illegal item inside the vehicle, and no one claims it, then everyone owns it and they can be arrested for it. Now, those are not the greatest cases that you can win in court. There are defense attorneys who have been very, very effective in dealing with constructive possession cases because, again, no one person has it on them. It's inside of the vehicle. So constructive or community possession, what these guys talking about in the back, like, it's not mine, it's not yours, who's it? They want someone to own it, because if someone owns it, then the officer can charge the person that owns it. Also, all of those conversations that they're having inside the back of the vehicle are admissible in court. The officer's not asking any questions. Yes, they are in custody, but they are making utterances and conversation amongst themselves. And it would not surprise me, because it happens that sometimes they know they're being recorded, and the conversation they have and the statements that they make are exculpatory in their favor.
Which one's is the squirrely one in your car?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right.
Yes, sir.
So right now you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can will be used against you in a court of law.
Yes, sir.
You have the right to have an attorney present with you during questioning. If you're not afford an attorney, one will be appointed to you at no cost. You have the right to stop answering questions at any point in time, and so you have a lawyer present.
All right,
You understand your right to offer to you?
yes, sir. What am I being arrested for?
Right now, possessing of controlled substance and resisting arrest.
Who was the resisting arrest?
Who was resisting arrest? The one I bounced their fucking head off my hood. You.
Because you didn't say why I was being.
I ain't gotta fucking tell you why. When I say put your hands behind your back, you do it. You don't freaking pull away. Once I have you detained, I'll explain everything to you.
Okay.
I don't think you understand how this fucking works with your goddamn Cracker Jack box law degree that you think you got.
Okay.
I'll fingerprint you. Okay?
Okay.
So if you come back, you're not Trevor K, we're just going to catch more charges. Okay?
Okay, for what? I have no charges. What?
Your charges right now are possession and resisting arrest.
Possession. I haven't had it.
Okay, well, there's a bag of in there sitting right beside you.
Where?
Back there.
Where?
Dummy, is there one back there or is it up there?
I don't. There's no bag of. What are you talking about, dude?
All right. All right, listen up. You'll have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
He's gonna take it.
Hey, hey,
I didn't do anything.
am I speaking or are you freaking speaking right now?
But it's not mine.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to have an attorney present with you in questioning. If you don't afford an attorney, want to be appointed to you at no cost. You have the right to stop answering questions at any point in time if you have a lawyer present. You understand your rights? I've read them to you.
Can we discuss why I'm being tagged in with their possession?
Because we got to figure out who he is.
He's his.
Like, what is it?
It's not mine.
Whose backpack is that?
It's his.
That's not my backpack.
That's not your backpack? It's not your backpack.
Not my
He says it's not
backpack.
his
It's his
backpack.
backpack.
All right.
I was asked to bring this band back to him.
So-
Somebody's had it for 2 days now.
It's
She's
not
scrap
mine.
metal.
It's not your in there?
No, sir.
It's not your.
It's not mine.
It's not his. It's nobody. It's everybody.
Take it. So I didn't find anything else.
Okay.
But there was a check in this one.
Okay.
Signed or issued to Luke.
Do what?
His name's Luke.
Yeah. We're all not claiming it. So if it was nobody's, it's everybody's. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, I'm going to charge all of you with it right now. If nobody's claiming it, everybody gets it.
I'm trying to say that
Okay. Y'all want to sit back there and argue? Y'all want to sit back there and argue all the way to jail?
hey, that's my backpack. I mean, I'll look at this guy is innocent.
All right, we're freaking through with it. Everybody's going.
He's not. Look, this guy is innocent.
Y'all can let the judge. We can let the judge figure it out.
All right, I mean, I know that is my bag, but I know it's not my stuff. That Ariana used that vehicle for pest.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Hey, give me a heads up. How to use force. It's listen to me. I'll go. Listen to me. I'm through with the freaking bullshit.
He's right there, officer.
We're gonna let the judge hash it all out.
I'm not guilty, sir.
I never said he's guilty.
I'm not guilty of possession. I wasn't lying. I no knowledge that that was in my vehicle.
He really didn't. Okay, well, nobody's freaking claiming it.
Claim it.
I'm claiming it, and that's my bag. I don't want that on my conscience. Is what I'm trying to say, man.
I'm way over there. Committed to. So that's gonna say it was a record. It's just freaking right, anyways. Thanks, man.
You did the right thing, though.
No. Yeah, he can fucking go. He's headed to jail now. That hat right there is homeboy yours.
This is an excellent stop to learn a lot of really interesting things. First thing I want to talk about is the driver. The driver was on parole. The trooper found all of this stuff inside the vehicle, had challenges with both of the other occupants of the vehicle. One of them, he probably doesn't know until after he watches the video, was trying to escape. But the driver, the one who was on parole, was polite, respectful, compliant, and he goes home. He could have ended up going. I mean, I don't know necessarily in his case, but under those circumstances, if his parole officer found out about that stuff, he might end up getting violated. But the trooper gave this man grace because he was respectful and compliant when the trooper was out doing his job. But I had to talk about some things with the trooper. There's a thing called tombstone courage. Officers have all heard of this. Military people have all heard of this. And it's where you are very confident in your abilities, and sometimes you engage in situations that may potentially cause you challenges. And I'm not suggesting that this was a tombstone courage situation, but there are situations where an alternate method may be safer. And let's just talk about the one that gets thrown out all the time. Pennsylvania versus Mims, right? A lot of people don't even know what that case was about. They know that the officers are, by Supreme Court ruling, allowed to ask people to step out of the vehicle. But a lot of times they do it when they're right up next to the vehicle and are like, they're not getting compliance, and they say, get out of the vehicle. Well, let me talk about why I believe the utility of this Mims case can be an officer safety tactic in another way. How about when we see a dark vehicle on a poorly lit street and we can see that the vehicle is occupied multiple times and we have that JDLR, just don't look right feeling? Maybe while we're at our vehicle with our passenger door open and the engine block is covered, we call the driver back to us and engage with them and take a temperature of what it is that I'm dealing with before approaching a vehicle that's dark, occupied multiple times. Because this situation could have went south very quickly. And this is not to speak disparagingly of that trooper. I'm sure he has an arrest list very long, and he's very capable. But I talk about things that I believe can be safer. My goal for the young aspiring officers is to have a huge tool belt with many things that they can potentially use. That's why I mentioned threat assessment, multiple time occupied vehicle, night, dark, Mims and back, take a temperature before we have to get engaged with people in this much more intimate kind of situation. And at the very least, at that point, if we feel that the situation isn't the way that we like, because we can also ask the passengers out. We get the driver, we Marilyn Wilson, the other person, have them come to the front of our car, and we do all this and have backup en route, and then conduct methodical pat downs on each person. It's clean, simple, and it definitely can save lives. And word to the young people, think about who you get into a vehicle with. Know who you're getting into a vehicle with and what is inside that vehicle. Everyone who has a teenage child should send them this video. Not saying that your kids would ever do this, but it means who you get into a vehicle with matters. Okay, the original video, this channel is very diligent about getting follow-up information. I'm a big fan of having follow-up information, and this is not an official report, but it reads like one. And it says here that one of the people in the vehicle was charged with possession of controlled substance, a white powdery substance that rhymes with Seth, possession of illegal pharmaceutical paraphernalia, all felonies. There were some traffic charges as well. The other person that was arrested, same charges, and obstructing governmental operations, which I believe was the resisting situation that we saw, or related to the resisting situation that we saw. Definitely not a win. It almost feels like that situation was definitely avoidable. Like if they asked themselves back, like, did we have to go from point A to point B in that vehicle doing that thing? But that's on them, and there are the consequences that they have to pay for that. On that note, today's another special day because I got some coins that I'd like to share with you, and these coins are another state trooper, and there's some really cool things about this as well as with all of them. First part of this one, and now I have this beauty hand thing that I can do. This one is Utah Highway Patrol, and this is an America 250 coin, and I'm hoping this beauty hand works. This coin, I mean, it's the 250th anniversary of our great nation, and on the back you can see there it says America 250, and this is from the Utah Highway Patrol. And then this is the other coin that came in with it, which is Department of Public Safety Public Order Unit. Very cool coin. And there's something in Latin, and I'm going to attempt to read it because I think that this is level 1 police, so I want you to see that side of it as well. And then there's something interesting. I'm going to attempt to read this in Latin. See, I don't even need my glasses. Teneri lineum. I'm not going to try to guess what that means. I know someone in the comment section is going to say I pronounced it wrong, and they're going to give me the meaning of that. I'm just really humbled. And I just also want to read what the note that came in, because I was given permission to read this note and the card. This is from Sergeant Isaac Chamberlain from State of Utah, Department of Public Safety, Utah Highway Patrol. Phenomenal department. It says, thank you for creating and sharing your videos. They are a valuable resource for officers to learn from. I appreciate the time and experience you put into them. Keep up the good work, Sergeant Chamberlain from Utah Highway Patrol. And it came with the patch. I don't know if I need to do beauty hand with this. You might be able to just see that. Does anyone know what that item is, what that is? So we did a highway patrol where you get a highway patrol coin. Phenomenal stuff. I'm really humbled, and I really appreciate all of the coins I'm receiving. Remember, please let me know if you like your name and your unit mentioned. I will. Otherwise, I will definitely not, because I know some people don't want their name mentioned because they are in a specialized unit, or they just don't want their name mentioned, and I completely understand and respect that. If you like this kind of content, like the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscriber count is climbing. This is getting out to more and more people. I know that this is helping officers. I get emails from new officers that are going to academies all the time, officers who have time in, just like we heard from the sergeant, that are learning some great things. So continue to share the video, subscribe to the channel, and like the video, and click on the video that's on your screen for more content just like this.